Welcome back, Kingsman, to another Napoleonic Total War 3 battle. Today we have, the map is the Battle of Eylau, and I'm not sure if all of these factions actually were there. We have a 1812 USA, United States Custom Army for the UK. We have a Russian 1805 to 1807, and a Egyptian. They braved the winter cold to march all the way from Egypt where they were comfortable. Hopefully they didn't bring the camels. The camels would be very pissed off, as you can imagine, if they're dragged into snowy weather here. But they're going to be taking on 3 French armies, 1 Italy, 2 Orient armies, and then Wuttenberg. Now Wuttenberg holding Eylau at this point in time. The Russians set up right next to them. They had 12 pounders just set up here with cav, some dragoons guarding them, and they have already forced back any Wuttenberg advance. Now Wuttenberg is probably hiding, waiting for France to show up. They do have a very, very interesting kind of holding place here. Now historically, I played this map in NE, Napoleon Eagles, and it was basically the Russians had a ton of artillery, and France did not, and they had a fight. Somehow the French, I believe, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe they won. Maybe not. But we're going to see who wins today. Now already the UK is facing off against an army so very close to each other. They are both forming up. UK going to get very close. They are bringing, for the most part, regular line infantry. I believe they're bringing a food like Newfoundland Fencibles. Ooh, we got some Swiss mercenaries. So it's a mixture for them. They have their 6 pounders. On the far right side here, Italian army is going to be facing off. Oh, I forgot to mention, I'm sorry, Saxony. Saxony is joining the coalition. You guys are probably like, oh, Kingston, you're missing a whole faction here. It's a 4v3, unless... Yeah, so Saxony's going to be bringing excellent cav. As we all know, Saxony, their cav is pretty good. So that's going to be something that the French are going to have to watch out for. Now, if you can see, the UK and Saxony are kind of splitting away to deal with the Italian army, and Russia is just kind of holding the center. And if you can't tell by my yawning, it is really, really early in the morning. But you know what? I love these battles too much. It's my favorite thing to wake up in the morning and do. So, I am taking a break from the closest battle replay competition thing. Let people have time to vote if they want. And I'll get back to it. I'm also going to be trying to cover the Lord's... I can't talk. Competition. My brain can't wake up as it really is the rest of me again, apparently. The competition in Lords, the tournament. I'm going to try to see if I can't cover it. I've heard there are some really good replays in there, so stay tuned for that this weekend. So UK pushing, and actually the Orient is falling back now. They do have some artillery sitting up here. We have some 12 pounders, 3 of them, and they are going to be helping to hold right there. The UK are not really helping out in the center, so it's Russia. Oh, they do have some cav here. They are scouting just to see where Wuttenberg is, and this 12 pounders, guys, are going to be so problematic for the French in Wuttenberg. Over here looks like actually Italy is like, yeah, no thank you. They see the UK and they see Saxony, and they're like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. We're falling back to Eylau, and we're going to sit here with their ally. Over here, I think the same thing is happening. I think this French player maybe is like, maybe they're just falling back to the shelter of their guns. That's always a good idea. You know, let your guns do some of the work. Now, what the UK does in response to that's going to be interesting, because they are going to be getting shot to pieces by a 12 pounder. Now, they could, like I said, they could try to go on the flank, but you get too close to those guns and it's going to start really adding up in casualties. So I'm kind of curious of what they're going to do. Now, you can already see where they're shooting. I don't know where they're shooting at. I'm sure it's infantry. So poor blokes are going to be dying. I hear some cav. Wuttenberg really wanted to get rid of that artillery, and Russia does not want them to get away. I would not chase them, though. C7, okay, there's C7, so nothing's going to happen. So Saxony is starting to circle around this flank here of the Italian French army, and that French army is going to start going back. We have a 6-pounder for the UK that's set up, and yeah, I would run away from this too. If I saw Saxony and the UK advancing together, even if it's an Egyptian army. We got some of the Gordon's Highlander foot. One of my favorite units of all time. I just love how they kept the kilts, you know, even from the Scottish Wars. So like, I don't even care. I'm gonna use these kilts. Ooh, we got some artillery coming in, killing some of this cherry pickers. So I'm really curious if the French alliance, Wuttenberg, is going to advance. They have the control point. You know, they have it. So they seem a lot stronger on this left side, although this artillery piece could change. Oh man, I'm gonna keep yawning. It's gonna get frustrating. This 12-pounder could maybe tip the scales. Now we do have the 6-pounder shooting at French artillery, or French infantry as well. So but you can see this is the concern I would have. This infantry for UK is going to take heavy losses here as they start getting their lines just punched into. Anyway, I think we have so either French or Wuttenberg artillery. Ooh, one of them got destroyed. What a lucky shot here. One of them got destroyed, and they're now set up and trying to fire back. We got the Sultan, and he is helping Wuttenberg hold the center. Now the UK, the Egyptian UK, is sitting right here. I think with the majority of their army, they do have some units pushing over here, maybe to support the cav for Saxony and their own cav. But the real push, I think UK is falling back. Yeah, I would fall back too. If you lose on this flank, it's detrimental to the entire flank of your enemy. Now, ooh, this is okay. No, it's the same one. So they're starting to get aggressive here, where the UK is not as strong. So that's probably why they're readjusting here. They have Legion. Ooh, what kind of guys are these? These like militia? Don't know. But the UK are falling back here, and they're infantry on this side are going to start maybe reforming. Although it looks like the Russians are coming over to help, which is going to weaken their center. And as you can see, Wuttenberg is actually inching up a lot right here. The Egyptian UK are probably going to have to, with Saxony, help hold the center. Now, there's not a lot of infantry now anymore. There's a lot of cav and a lot of artillery. Now, we do have cav getting real close to some French infantry here. And Saxony just keeps circling. They're circling, and the French are just running back to the safety of Eylau. Oh, something I always forget to do. I apologize, guys. Alright, there we go. So yeah, Russians shifting over to this side. I think they're prepared to help the UK fight France. Something you gotta watch out for is these guys can't fire. The range is 65 versus 70, so they're gonna fire a volley. These guys are not going to reply to it. Maybe. Yeah, they're gonna move up even more. They're gonna inch up just to be within range, so these guys aren't in range, guys. And here it goes. Using that advantage, I mean, it's barely in range, so it's not gonna kill tons. But, you know, it's gonna be a frustration. But they are kind of pulling, you notice they're pulling the French troops in. They're just pulling them in. and the French need to be very careful they don't overcommit in this instance, because that's going to be a trap. A trap, you know, Star Wars. Looks like some Wuttenberg cav is coming back after maybe going against either artillery or they would get some infantry here. Either way, it looks like actually the Egyptian UK is pushing up to Eylau, and Wuttenberg is probably going to have to be the one to stop them. Saxony is still massively flanking around and actually maybe committing here. Hopefully France knows now they have dragoons and then Chester Cheval and more dragoons and some hussars. And what's taking them on is some massive units of cuirassiers, hussars, chevaliers, and I believe more cuirassiers. So yeah, yikes. France is not going to, my prediction is France is not going to do that well. Now, they do have Andre rushing up here, but France is not going to do well. In fact, you see there's chevaliers flanking around here. These chevaliers should take on these dragoons so they don't, but you can see that Saxony has an advantage here. Now, here comes the UK as well, and these Chester Cheval are going to start breaking against some heavy cuirassier cav. There is, some artillery that...
Our men are running,
sir. They almost caught them out. The infantry for France is going to help tip the scales here, but so far I only see France breaking here. The UK may have to throw some cav in to force these infantry back. But they are doing well. Oh no, Andre Messina, he is going to get charged, and if he dies, their cav is toast. Nothing else really happening over in the battlefield yet. Looks like some artillery might be breaking over on this side. But, oh, yep, we do have some chevaliers maybe get wavering. It's not going to matter. The artillery is going to die now. And France is in disorder. France is just so disorganized. They're trying to figure out where to fight. And
we have killed their general, sir.
Yeah, Messina is
break.
dead. So that battle went really well. I see there was artillery that ran. Oh, it was French artillery. Now, where were they? Okay. Was this a lucky artillery strike? This kind of looks like a lucky artillery strike and a massive blow to the French. Now, Russia is shifting over because France is rushing straight for this gap that looks like in the lines. And I think these guys are running, actually, yeah. And so is France. They're both rushing up here, and actually Russia is, yikes.
This building has fallen to the enemy.
I would have fallen back to here at least, because Russia's not going to do well. Now the artillery is sitting right over here. They can hit this target. They have taken Eylau, but Saxony has definitely asserted their cav presence on this side of the battlefield, and they have one on this side. Now the French are going to fall back to the city itself. They are going to be very defensive here. They are definitely not winning when it comes to artillery at this point. Oh my goodness, friendly fire. They need to pay attention to where they're firing because this is so sad. The artillery is not helping. They are hurting their own men. So the UK are like, you know what, this is a strong position. We are going to just push over here. The Russians need help. Honestly, Russia should have not pushed up. They should have fallen back to the tree line. And maybe they still will. Oh man, friendly fire on both sides. These mounted rifles are getting shot. Someone needs to pay attention to where they're putting their artillery. You need to always watch what's in your field of fire. So the UK Egyptian army is circling here with Saxony musketeers in the back. We still got more cav rushing up here.
Our men are running, sir.
Yeah, they're gone. That is sad. Friendly fire, as far as I can tell, these 12-pounders were trying to hit the French line. They were hitting them instead. So Russia is falling back. Okay, where do they take? Okay, so they took this back here. All right, good. So they have that. Russia, now with the UK forming up, they're going to be fighting here. I think they want to get them closer to their guns. Very wise. Oh, we got some what is this? Hussars going in against some skirmishers that have been totally caught out. No defense whatsoever. Look at these guys. They're like running. The terror they must be feeling is, well, they're gonna get shot by their own men as well. Look at this defense though. Wuttenberg has this locked down, but they should push up here. They could help take out the French. Now UK is forming up on the Russian left to deal with this French army. Oh, look at Wuttenberg. Uh-oh. Don't tell me Russia doesn't have anything defending their cav. Okay, thank goodness they have something here. So Saxony is just sitting behind the lines. Wuttenberg is going to have to peel off troops to deal with this flank. France still holding. UK has 4 units and they are not attacking here. So an attack really has not started over here because they're not up yet. Now France can make a huge breakthrough here. They are being outflanked by the UK. Now I don't know where their artillery is. They're probably going to move it to this hill. No, they can still fire. As you can see, they are probably still firing at infantry here. But the UK are helping fill in the gaps in this line. We do have some French cav. It's probably going for these 12-pounders. They need to set more cav over here to defend their artillery. This is pivotal to this battle. If they lose these 12-pounders, that could cost them the battle, because right now they can probably fire on the flank, and this artillery can force back any attack from Wuttenberg or France. It looks like Egypt, UK, I'm just gonna call them Egypt. You guys know what I'm talking about. They are forming up to maybe assault the flank of Eylau. Saxony has their cav still circling back. France now has a massive unit advancing here, followed up by some dragoons. I don't see any cuirassiers for France. Maybe they do have some, but uh-oh. Here we go. The flank is gonna be toast. And hopefully they get some cav up here, because France is looking to even the odds or give themselves a better odds. Yeah, Wuttenberg is advancing as well. This is exactly what you need to see. Russia needs to fix this, because France is just turning the flank. I would have gotten them out of there after that first one, because here comes some dragoons. They have broken 2 line infantry though, so that is huge here. The UK are going to be pushing on a weaker flank on this side for the Orient, and maybe help them turn that flank, because this flank's getting turned by Wuttenberg. This is a concern. Wuttenberg can definitely take this advantage pushing up here. Now I don't know where this artillery is firing, but hopefully they're going for these guys. Over here, it looks like the UK may be sneaking up some low-steam rifles, and they're going to start skirmishing down the French. And Saxony's going to make a huge push. They were probably going to go for this town. So Wuttenberg either needs to help make this push really fast, or they need to fall back. Because right now, okay, the UK are not outnumbering the French. You can see there's definitely some forces on both sides. Now, the UK are not going in columns as much as the French are, and the French are definitely going to take less damage with the column. And they have grenadiers rushing up here. I would get cav inching up. Their cav is way too far back. They're gonna have grenadiers charge this royal veteran, and they're kind of exposing their flank here. So it's anyone's game still, guys. Wuttenberg is putting themselves. Good thing they are moving their cav up to support their artillery. Artillery going to help even the odds for Wuttenberg. Honestly, Saxony should come over this side and help. We do have, okay, yeah, some cav moving up here. I think they're going to try to go for a cav melee charge here. They're getting really close though. Oh, we got a, yep. They're totally going for a bayonet charge. Maybe they'll get a volley off before that happens. Pour it into them. Nope, they're going to bayonet charge them in return. And send Cav up to support that. And they're going to send some... Oh my goodness! They didn't even notice. These Dragoons took on these 12-pounders and they didn't even notice. We do have some Cav now rushing up trying to support this bayonet charge for the UK. They are going to probably break these 60 Marines. You can see they still are not paying attention, guys. Still not paying attention to the fact that artillery is just getting toasted. And they broke them. What a huge win for the UK. What a huge win. Now, over here you see that actually the French line on this side is starting to waver against the UK. We have a lot of oh my goodness, I missed it because I was looking on the other side. The Dragoons went in and totally broke Wuttenberg with Cav. They could not form square and broke Wuttenberg in that center, so that is a problem that France is going to have to address. As Wuttenberg has... Okay, their infantry did come back. It's a mass rout here. But they need to not run. They need to walk their troops up. Over here, the UK did lose their line infantry, but they did break the grenadiers, and they took out the 12-pounders, which is the biggest win, I would say, in this whole battle. So now the UK is looking very good. The French have actually whoa, that was a mass breakage. They were wavering, but they just broke here. France now going in with some Dragoons, taking on Dragoons for Russia and Cuirassiers for Russia. Still nothing happening over on this side. This Cav is going to start fighting. Cuirassiers are going to stop this fight dead in its tracks. We do have some units that were forming square, I suspect. Nope. But Russia is starting to really hurt on this side, but France is hurting on this side. France is just breaking. We have artillery super close here. 6-pounders just shelling away at the French line. That's probably why they're losing. France needs to be way more aggressive with the Cav. Whenever I see France not doing well, it's because their Cav is not doing anything. It's sitting in the back, but you can see it is sitting way in the back here. Not over here. At least France is doing a good job over here. And Russia is starting to break against the repeated Cav charges, and Wuttenberg is massing up. In fact, they look like they're going for some artillery. They are going cannon hunting. Saxony and UK could be a lot more aggressive. If they just pushed through here, they would even the odds so fast. We do have more Cav shifting over here just to kind of try to hold this line. These Dragoons for France are just really cutting up the Cuirassiers and Dragoons for Russia. These regular volleys are just really taking their toll. UK are just pushing so much here. Oh, you do have some camels. Wow. So, yep, the UK are continually pushing. France is now starting to fall back over here. Their infantry just weren't able to hold. And finally, the French Cav has been broken. They did rout some Dragoons and Cuirassiers for Russia, so that was a pretty good trade. Wuttenberg is still pushing up here. These 12-pounders are going to start putting the pain on them, though. There we go. Got some Jaegers going against Kazaki Lancers for Russia. They're going to easily break them. Over here, we do have UK and France still facing off here. France just holding this Eylau, this town of Eylau, just to make sure that they don't lose their LOC advantage here.
Sir! Sir! Our general is under attack.
Oh, we have artillery maybe going against John Henley Hutchinson. But the battle is looking actually pretty good. Now, Wuttenberg and France still have a strong position. I would fall back as France. I'd fall back to this hill and hold it. You have reserves, maybe? No, you don't, because Saxony can see your whole line, and they know where you're weak. That's the problem, guys. France cannot deal with all this cav. We have 2 cuirassiers. I don't know. I think Henrik on whatever that is also a heavy cav unit. So 3 heavies, some chevaliers and the like such. France is pushing on this right flank here. France losing their artillery was just so unfortunate. They couldn't hold at that point. We do have now, looks like, Saxony committing. Oh, we do also have cav charging over here. No infantry and all. Anyway, let's not miss the action as France is going to meet them in the snow here. Not going to go very well probably for France. Yep. They do have a general rushing over Honorvale. Chevaliers flanking. Oh, these guys can shoot. Interesting. Well, they're not going to probably last very long as Saxony just has overwhelming numbers of cav. They have their general sitting back here. And France is going to... My prediction is France is going to cave just because they don't have cav. Now, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think France actually can bring cuirassiers maybe with these... I don't know if these are corps or not, but...
Our men are running, sir.
Ooh. So, you can see that Wuttenberg is going for the arty. They are ignoring this whole side. They're trying to get rid of these 12-pounders here. And there is one line infantry who's going to try to stop them. And we do have some dragoons over here, but I think Wuttenberg's probably going to take the artillery. Was it worth it? That is the question. Was it worth it? Saxony now is taken out. They could charge these guys. They're too small to form square. They should push up here. I know they want to rest their cav. We do have some dragoons getting charged by the light dragoons of the UK here. Gonna get a flanking charge on them. France still fighting strong for this side. They don't want to give up. More cav flanking. Look at this push here. And actually, wow. So the Russians are just like, running, you know what? We're just going to run our artillery away. You ran all the way over here, and now you're going to... It's a waste of time for you. UK now is totally encircling the Italy army. Where is Saxony? There they are. Oh, they were part of it. So Saxony and Italy... UK are going to take probably Eylau. France is becoming stretched too thin. They're trying to fight on all sides of the battle here. And actually, I think the UK is making sure this artillery is not coming back. Which they are not. They are pushing behind the French line here. And France is actually going to fall back probably to this village. Make a stand there because the UK are stretching them too thin here. Now, they do have a strong defense position on this side of Eylau. So once the UK have taken care of this army, maybe they can push. But other than that, I would not attack this position yet. You can hear the regular volleys as the French are making a very good stand here. Definitely making a good stand. They have this building. They, artillery are not in the right position. Oh, what am I hearing over here? Man, these infantry are just been stuck out here, attacked by cav constantly. And, I think probably the French weren't able to multitask well enough to be able to take care of them, probably with a big battle going on here. You can see Wuttenberg now moving over to help out on this side as France is becoming overwhelmed by Saxony. Now France is still holding over here, and I think they're trying to get this army to rejoin with their ally, but this is becoming difficult to do as the UK just keep pushing. They're not letting them fall back, and if they retreat long enough, they're going to run into heavy Saxon cav. Oh my goodness. They should gun for the guns, in my opinion. Dragoons are going to save them. Those Rangers are dead. They're not going to take out the cav, though, now. Russia is going to be able to defend those 6-pounders, I hope. Come on. Do it. And the UK are able to help out with this fight as well. France making a very strong defense as they're running away with some of their infantry, sacrificing maybe some to force the UK not to fall back. Now look at this though. They are making a run for their ally to rejoin with their ally, and actually UK are just... Ooh. They're running. They're not running yet, but they're going to definitely hurt several French units that are trying to fall back here. Now Saxony is forming up to help against Wuttenberg as they were attacking their infantry. Wuttenberg actually has pushed out on their own. And look at this. France pushed out to go for artillery. That's why the UK is sending over infantry. They have some infantry that is going to try... Oh. Did Wuttenberg take out the artillery? Yes, they did. Wuttenberg determined to not let the French get away. They sent some cav way over here. Will take out the artillery. The 6-pounders for the UK are running away here as the French did issue out. This French defense is holding for the moment, but like I said, Saxony's kind of exposing them, and there's nothing facing Wuttenberg over here, so they're gonna have to shift over to this side. Russia, oh, I hear some cav. Oh my goodness, we got some hussars going for, oh no. Landwehr. Now Russia is now pushing up, and over here, bayonet charge going in, yikes. This is going to go not very well as the Cav's going to hit them in the back. We do have Honorable trying to encourage his men to break through the UK line, and this may work. Although we got some light dragoons maybe going for the general here. These guys cannot form square, so instead they are going to hammer and anvil this infantry that is in melee with the UK. So France did a glorious charge, unfortunately did not work, and that was a mass breakage. Saxony going in on Wuttenberg, and Wuttenberg is just becoming a disaster. UK and Saxony both smashing Wuttenberg. And now the French are definitely having some problems. They're probably going to have to fall back into the city itself, as they did issue out to try to take out some artillery, and they still have some infantry out here. Some chasseurs, oh my goodness, that is a really nice unit of French infantry. You don't want to lose that. That can be super helpful. If you get in these streets and in these buildings, the Cavs not going to be able to work as well. Over on this side now, the UK are fighting two different sides. They have 4 units fighting against some of the Orient French army, and then they have more fighting against some more of the Orient army. This one unit, this combat general, had 339 men total. My goodness. We do have some infantry maybe trying to go for the 6-pounder. They're going to get charged by some mounted guides here, who are going to get sacrificed as canister is going to blast them both. 4 men left. They're going to break. Yikes. So now Wuttenberg is pouring more troops this direction. Wuttenberg has a lot more infantry than I think they showed. But they are letting French hold this side. They are going to be pushing to help their other French ally on this side, as they are fighting the good fight and actually putting a lot of hurt on the UK. Now Saxony has a lot of infantry still, but it's not the greatest quality. Oh, they have artillery set up here. An 8-pounder, which is, I'm not sure what it's firing at, but it's probably firing for this French line here. And at this point, actually, Wuttenberg and the French actually outnumber this force over here, so they need to be very careful. They do have cav to back them up, so that's going to be huge. And this is all Landwehr, my goodness. Guarantee you Saxony's kind of licking their lips like, oh my goodness. Like, just hit the center of this line and you will break them. France is falling back now. They have given the order to retreat. Dissay is not prepared to fight with a massive flank from the UK coming in. At least they took care of the 12-pounders. That those Russian 12-pounders could be firing on the side here this whole time. I would say that this battle is probably going to be a loss for the French at this point, but it all depends on what they do. I would not issue out of these forests. The Saxony is still very strong here. Now this flank, I think Saxony's shifting all over to hold against Wuttenberg, but this flank for France is looking bad. This push by Russia and the other UK, though, is looking much better. They have pushed France back a ton. I hear some cav. Ah. Artillery for Wuttenberg getting charged by the Dragoons for Russia. Wuttenberg, unfortunately, did not get their artillery out in time. And now they're running over. Now, Wuttenberg is trying to be everywhere at once. Russia pushing up.
Our men are running, sir.
Man, the UK have so much ground now to gain. After they defeated that army, they had to rush up so much. Russia is, however, right here. Now, they're going to probably disengage and wait for their ally to form up here. Wuttenberg is not waiting for Saxony to be able to form up. They are getting close and starting to fire some regular volleys here. Saxony replying in kind. And all this cav, guys, there's so much cav still. These guys could be forming up on the side or the center. Now the UK are actually falling back. They're starting to take some losses here. And France now starting to push out with their ally, which is going to force Saxony to have to reform, which is probably meaning that, Wuttenberg can't push out too much. UK's just gonna outflank them if they fall back too much. So they are waiting for this side of the battle to probably re-engage. This is gonna be the weak point. Honestly, Saxony could circle around, UK could circle around a little bit, and force the French to fall out of their town to attack them. We do have UK kind of sneaking around here, going in.
This building has fallen to the enemy.
We do have some 44E who took another LOC, so LOC still, I would say, in the French control. They have the main city of Eylau. We'll see how long that lasts. Everybody's kind of disengaging except for Wuttenberg, who is forming up here. Better watch out though. This cav, I mean, you have your infantry that can form square here, but your center is so weak. It's just all labor. You should put one of these units that can form square in here, or just in the center, just so that this whole line isn't, because they can just hit right here. Uh-oh, UK need to pay attention. Their cav are getting shot at. Here come the UK and Russians advancing now. You do have Dragoons over there kind of getting some kills, making sure they don't come back, maybe. I like the big long trench coats. So we have some Chasseurs holding the flank here. Artillery's gonna start shooting at them, hopefully. And Wuttenberg getting really aggressive here. I think they're hoping they can deal with the Saxony, but look at this cav sneaking through a gap in the lines. I would hit this land war right here. Hit this land. Oh, they're not gonna make it. Hit the land war. Come on. Oh, here we go. Here we go. We got cav rushing in every direction. Oh no, they're going for Dessay. Oh no, they're gonna lose their general. We have just cav sneaking through the gaps in the lines. Saxony just wants a piece of this action, but right now the Mamelukes of Abram, they're gonna hit this one. There it goes. We got infantry charging in, we got cav charging in, and we're gonna start seeing landward break. Their morale is terrible here. And this may be the end as more cav pouring through. We have cav now hitting Chevaliers going in for the landward. Like I said, this is why This is my concern. Seeing the land we're all in the center, it's gonna just break Wuttenberg in two. And then Saxony's gonna be separating them, doing like a spearhead of sorts. And yep, all this land war is just gonna break. France starting to break. They lost their general, I think. So they are not gonna have a good morale anymore. And yep, this is hammer and anvil. Infantry gonna push up just in case they form square, and they'll just bayonet charge the square. Look at this. It is over. It is over. These guys are about to bayonet charge the square. They're going in for these squares. Now France is still holding here. They still have Messina, who is holding the town. There's plenty of time though, 37 minutes.
Our men are running, sir.
You know, I would be too concerned here. We got some units there to do a bayonet charge here. Going for the square, gonna break it. This line's still holding. Wuttenberg has their best infantry over here, and they are still holding, but I mean, how long can you hold when there's this, you know, running behind you? We got the Coldstream Foot Guards, who are in combat, excuse me, they are going to easily take out these guys. It's Coldstream Guard, you know. And now France is guys, we have a slight problem. An open flank. Oh, France went in for the artillery with some infantry. Some chasseurs who broke. A pounder still very much alive. UK did have some infantry to help hold them back. But here we go. Saxony, at this point, it's just Saxony is just gonna... Now, look at this. France did go in for this house. But there's Swiss mercenaries in here that are probably gonna hold. They're probably fresh. So if they can take this town, they will win by LSE victory. They're definitely beating the French now. And Wuttenberg still holding, my goodness. What a stand they've made. Of course, their general's still alive, that's probably why. And Saxony is now going to converge with the UK onto this town. French are going to hold the streets. They'll fight them in the streets and in the houses. This cav is now going to charge the back of this Wuttenberg line. General has died. It's going to cause a mass breakage, and yeah, this battle's over. The last one being this French defense in the town center, and it's going to be fierce. I am very sure this is going to be a fierce defense. They got to hold all the buildings. We have a French army, or French units sitting over here.
We have killed their general, sir. Now
we have a lot of units that are going to advance over here. France still has some units right here. Hopefully the UK are going to deal with this. They're trying to deal with some French units that are hiding in a ditch. Some grenadiers who are in the low land. Look at this guy. These have turbans. I didn't even realize that. But now France is having so many units converging on them. I'm going to fast forward so we can see what happens here. Don't want to waste any more of anyone's time on a battle that, you know, unless something exciting happens. It actually looks like some dragoons are going to take care of these skirmishers. Possibly. If they don't get shot first. And oh, here we go. Is this the no? I love final stands though. You know that. I always love the final stands, and France is making one. Make it a good one. In fact, they're going to take this LOC. Yep, they're sending their general, their grenadier general in. Oh, here they come. Here comes France. Yep, they've taken part of Eylau. The rest of it still has yet to be taken.
The entire unit is dead, sir.
This is a very strong defense here. As you can see, skirmishers are trying to shoot them down, but, I mean, they can't even see them. We have some cav from Saxony taking on the square. I would ask for the UK to send their infantry and do a bayonet charge. But here comes the rest of the Russian and UK army. And France is just, they just can't hold. The numbers are so vastly against them.
Glorious victory, sir, is soon to be yours.
Yeah, they're going to put their infantry into this house and make last stands everywhere. We got another bayonet charge, possibly. We have, oh yeah, grenadiers. Possibly. Yikes. That's gonna hurt. The mustaches. We got the Saxony now rushing on the side here. The UK coming in behind them. I mean, these poor guys. This has gotta be, imagine, I would surrender. An honorable thing to surrender at this point in time. The French line's still holding over here. Could you imagine being like over in this this side and you don't know what's happening over there? You just know that you're holding for now. You're putting in repeated volleys. Your infantry are holding strong. But then you hear yelling behind you and you're like, what is going on here? France getting charged here. UK actually aren't dealing with this house yet. There are still some French pockets of resistance over here. Now they're fighting. And UK are getting some 6-pounders real close here. They're sending their general over to inspire their men. Looks like maybe a fight now for the house. Russia is gonna storm in with some musketeers and grenadiers here. Look at these brave guys holding. And Russia is going in with Saxony, taking on 80 men. France everywhere else has basically broken. They do have some infantry who probably got a lot of kills, to be honest. We're able to warm up their feet because they don't have shoes. And yeah, it's about over. They've taken this house. I'm going to fast forward here so we can get to the end stats here. French have broken over there, so yeah, and a coalition victory. Well played. The French, I think the only problem with the French is they just got isolated a little too easily. And the Russians, they were over here next to their guns, and they shifted all the way over here. If they had done that, probably this UK player would have lost. He would have been attacked by 2 different French factions, and then they would have turned the flank. So I think France, if they had been able to make a decisive push against the UK, they could have won. This one was sent in by Hellfire Jack. Thank you, Jack. And you can see the losses and kills on both sides. Yeah, these heavy Mamelukes of Abram, they look like heavies. They're C8s, though. Got some good kills, so good game. Thank you guys for joining me for this video, and there'll be more to come. Like I said, I will be doing the tournament for the Lord's Discord. I'll be doing some of those replays, kind of showcasing it. So y'all stay safe, have a great rest of your day, and I will catch you all in another video.